Alright, hey guys, it's Trash Course here. We're here with another video. We made this account like 3 hours ago, but things are going great. We're already have like 3 billion subscribers. A lot of what you guys requested here at Trash Course is that I finally do a room tour. And I know it's a really big thing on YouTube. And, here at Trash Course, we're gonna like throw in some knowledge and we're gonna go put in microeconomics terms from this chapter 8. It's about firms and costs and stuff like that. I have my sponsor of this video, Crash Course, a little offshoot of Trash Course. We got to show our love out here. And I use this for AP World and it worked out great. I got a 17 out of 5 on the exam. It was great. I don't have to ever go to college ever because I got so many college credits from just AP World in general. I'm an historian, it's great. Use discount code Mr. T Rocks, give me an A please if you want this for like $5. Yeah, so I'm gonna start my room tour video in just a second. Alright, so this is my room, guys. Real girl-like. I like it. It's, new year, new me, new gender. It's 2017. Let's leave gender and its social construct in 2016. I love the cheetah print. So here's gonna start off our room tour. We're gonna start off with these 2 micro terms. And look, I'm Jewish too. It's a new thing. Remember, new year, new me, new gender, new religion. And I got this new watch. Wait, what kind of watch is this? Is that Michael Kors? Oh shit. We're gonna start off with 2 terms, which is gonna be very common throughout the chapter. It's gonna be short run and long run. So in the short run is when firms can't change all their costs. They can only change like some of them. For example, if you make latkes, because I'm Jewish now, you could own, the only things that you can change is like the cost of potatoes that go into latkes or the amount of workers you can hire. But you can't change the costs such as like lease or buildings, the machines that make latkes, like ovens. And then second is like the long run. So the long run is where you can change things like that. So when you have enough capital, or enough money, you can actually change and buy or build, have your own building, or like buy your own or pay for your own capital, such as ovens. So you can affect the cost of those. So short run, you can only change some of your costs, but in the long run, you can change all of your costs. And then here we have, family are like fudge, mostly sweet with a few nuts. And here's my family here. Beautiful guy, I love him so much. Here we have, some yarmulkes. Really love these yarmulkes. They're name brand yarmulkes only. Here we have bat mitzvah. I don't know any other Jewish person who like rocks bat mitzvah. Really well-known name brand. Comment below if you know anyone who wears that brand also. Props to them. But here's my one of my stuffed animal friends, and Elsa. This is my room after all, and here is a next vocab word. It's the break-even point. The break-even point is when P equals ATC, or average total cost. We talk about that later. And pretty much this is when firms are like not losing any money, but they're not really making a profit either. So when P is equal to ATC, they're not making any profits, but they're not making a loss, so they're going to still operate. And if your price is set higher than break-even point, you're going to be making a profit. Here we have your quote from Marilyn Manson, really great person. She said average fixed cost. So what average fixed cost is summation of all your fixed costs over the quantity, and your fixed cost is things that stay the same that you can't change in the short run. Like we said earlier, things that you can't change in the short run would be like the ovens in your latke bakery or whatever, and or the building which you house, right? Because you still have to pay the lease no matter how much you produce. If you produce 1,000 latkes or 100 latkes, you still have to pay the same amount for a lease in your building. And then here's some cursive. I would read that to you, but I can't read. And here's some trophies from when I did stuff. Dance, sure. So here we have long run average total cost curve. So pretty much there's a graphical representation of their average total cost. But here, remember, average total cost is like the summation of fixed costs and variable costs, and this is in the long run. So pretty much these tend to be like shorter because in the long run you could change all forms of cost. So firms are always going to try to minimize this. So let's keep on going. Here's some of my stuffed animals that I love so much. Here's my micro books. I have like 2 of them. Oh, here's my diary also. Yeah, so here, I remember I had this in the 4th grade. What does it say? So, it says my favorite celebrity hotties, too many to count. And here are some of the crushes I have. Don't tell anyone: Jared, Max, Jake, and others. I'll let others to be further determined. But, I love micro books. Here is, oh shit, well, you don't have to know about that. But yeah, here also in my other one is, God, you don't even know about either. And then, well, yeah, here's my review book also. We don't And here's my dog. His name is Sprinkles. And on him is average variable costs. And average variable costs are things that change dependent on the amount of production. So overly quantity. So pretty much what that means is that things such as like the amount of workers that you hire or the amount of inputs for your outputs. So for example, the amount of potatoes that you have for your latkes or the amount of workers that you need to produce latkes, these are the variable costs that tend to increase as you increase the amount of production. So variable costs are always dependent on the amount of output, unlike fixed costs, which stays the same no matter what output. Okay, and here we have the shutdown point. It's kind of like the break-even point, except when price falls below AVC or average variable cost. At that point, firms make note, like they don't have any room to operate and they leave just like Johnny left me. Oh, God, I hate him so much. And here's some of my purses, you know, new year, new me type thing, new gender, new religion, all that good stuff. And then here we have possibly my favorite thing, average total cost, and the love of my life. Look at all the Casey marks. It's great. And average total cost is like the summation of like your fixed costs and your variable costs. So pretty much over quantity. So it's pretty much a summation of all the other costs. Where this connects to break even point is that when P equals ATC, at that point you're at your break even point and you're not really making profit, but you're also not making a loss. So firms are still going to operate because in the future they could be making profit. That's my room tour. Congrats to everyone that subscribed. You know, cheers to another 3 billion followers in 4 days. You know, I need that YouTube money. You know, I need to become famous. Please subscribe.